Hello, this video is of TG Tutorials and I will be doing HOTS of Geometry, sum number 7, 8 and 9. In sum number 7 we have given triangle ABC where the angle ABC is 135 and we have to prove AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square plus 4 times of the area of a triangle ABC. Now here we have a construction. And the construction is extend the ray CB to the point D such that AD perpendicular to BC. And so we extend the CB to the point D such that AD is perpendicular to CB. Now, after doing this extension, if you see the angle 135, there is nothing we can do about angle 135. And so, understand the linear pair is the angle 45. And so, we start the sum like this. The angle ABD is equal to 45 degrees. The reason being linear pair. So, we have the angle ABD as 45. If you see the triangle ADB, angle D is 90, angle B 45. So the remaining angle of the angles on property is the angle BAD. And so the angle BAD is another 45. The reason being remaining angle of the triangle ADB. If you see the triangle ADB, angle B being 45 and angle A being 45, it is an isosceles triangle. And so we have AD congruent to BD. The reason being isosceles triangle, and this theorem, and this is equation number 1. So these 3 points come to the point that AD is congruent to BD, isosceles triangle theorem, equation number 1. Now we go to the sum and see that the right hand side, the left hand side says AC square. How do you get an AC square with the help of Pythagoras? So the triangle has to be ADB. So in triangle ADC, by Pythagoras theorem we have AC square is equal to AD square plus DC square. AC square is equal to AD square plus DC square. The reason being Pythagoras theorem. Now, if you ask yourself, is AC square there in my final 2 proof? Yes, we have it. Do we have an AD square here? We do not have it. How do you knock off this AD square? And so I can go to the triangle ABD. I couldn't have gone to the triangle ADC because I've just taken it here and made it. So I go to the triangle ADB, and so after leaving this as an equation number 2, you go to the triangle ADB, knowing it that you need to replace the ADC square. And so by Pythagoras theorem we have an AB square is equal to AD square plus BD square, and therefore reason being Pythagoras theorem. And therefore, what is my AD square? It is an AB square minus a BD square. Substituting this information in my equation number 2. And so we have substituting in equation number 2, we have AC square is equal to AB square minus BD square plus a DC square. You see that? AD square, which is this, substituted here. Now when you look at this, okay, AC square is there, we have an AB square here. If you see a DC square, the DC is a big segment made up of DB and a BC. And so I can write it as AB square minus BD square plus BD plus BC the whole square. The reason being D dash B dash C. That is a DC is split up as DB and BC. If you open this with the help of A plus B the whole square formula, we have AC square is equal to AB square minus BD square plus BD square plus 2 times BD into a BC plus a BC square. It goes with the formula A plus B the whole square, A square plus 2AB plus B square. Here we notice a negative BD square in a positive BD square. And so having an eye always on the final answer, you have an AC square, you have an AB square, the end BC square I can get it in front so it matches here. And so rearranging it looks like AB square plus BC square plus 2 times the BD into a BC. Having done so much, you have realized the first that we started off the sum, we took the trouble to say AD is common to BD, but we never used it anywhere. Here, this BD is then replaced with the AD, and so I rewrite it as AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square plus 2 times the AD into the BC, the reason being from equation 1. Okay. Now looking into this answer here, we have a number 4 here, but we do not have a number 4, we have a 2 here. So making a slight arrangement so that I get a number 4, I can rewrite this as an AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square plus 4 into half. Did you realize 4 into half comes back to the 2? And so it's a slight arrangement that I've done here, and I've left it like this. Now leaving this as equation number 3. Let's go to what an area of a triangle ABC looks like. What is an area of a triangle ABC? You notice half into base into height. So for a triangle ABC, if the base is a BC, the height is an AD. And so it is half into base BC into the height AD. Substituting this information that the triangle ABC, area of the triangle ABC is half AD into BC here, substituting in equation number 3, we have AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square plus 4 into, and this set is seen here as a triangle ABC, area of the triangle ABC, and hence proved. In sum number 8 we have triangle PQR where the angle Q is 90. You have a QR is given as a small letter B. A small letter A is given the area of the triangle PQR. So this is the only 3 information that you have. And something complicated like QN we proved as 2AB upon the whole square root of a B raised to 4 plus 4A square. The sum is pretty simple. You have to remember the sequence. We start with this. The area A is equal to area of triangle PQR. The reason being given. Now A is equal to, what do you think is the area of the triangle PQR? If QR is my base, then PQ is my height. And so it goes with the half the base into the height. Now substituting the QR, because we know the letter for QR is a small b, so you have an A is equal to half into B into PQ. Since these are all letters and the number, we have only a segment called PQ, keeping that alone, PQ. So you get the 2 to be up there and the B comes down. So it's a 2A upon B. Let us leave this as an equation number 1. And so we started with an A, having been the triangle PQR, the given. Substituting as a half into base into height, we get PQ is equal to 2A upon B. Now if you look at triangle PQR, the QR has a letter small b, the PQ has now got the letter 2A upon B, and so that leaves us for the Pythagoras with the letter PR. So in the triangle PQR, since angle Q is 90, what do we have by Pythagoras theorem? We have PR square is equal to PQ square plus QR square, the reason being Pythagoras theorem. Substituting the information that we have PR square is equal to, what is PQ square? The PQ is 2A upon B, the whole square. We have PQ as 2A upon B, so we substitute it here. The QR is already given as a B, and so we have a B square. This information has come from equation number 1. And so opening it, we have a PR square is equal to 4A square upon B square plus a B square. This being a fraction and this not being a fraction, you take an LCM as a B square. And so this is a 4A square plus b square into a b square is a b raised to 4. So this is the answer for the PR square. If I take out the square root and come to a PR, the b square comes down as a b. But this, the common mistake students make is 4a square plus b raised to 4. It does not come down as a 2a square plus b raised to b square. It comes as a whole square root of 4a square plus b raised to 4. This is an addition in between, not a multiplication. And so you have to do the whole square root. The reason being they're taking out the square root on both the sides. So let us leave this information as equation number 2. So after we got this equation number 1, we went to a Pythagoras. Substituted, we came to an answer of PR being this. What if I go back again to the area? I start from what I've started. I rewrite that as A is equal to area of triangle PQR. The way I started it here. But this time the change I make is A is equal to, here for the area of triangle PQR, I took it as a half base into height. For a base of QR, the height had to be PQ. What if I change the base to be PR, then the height has to be QL. So I've rewritten the sum, area of triangle PQR. This time I changed my base as a PR. Then what is my height? For the PR, the height is QL. Let us substitute and see where we get. A is equal to half into, do you know that we have an answer for PR? So copying this from here, we have square root of 4a square plus b raised to 4 upon b into a QL. I do not know the answer for the QL. Since the question asks us on QL, let us leave QL alone. And so QL is equal to, the 2 and the b go up there. So it is a 2ab upon, this full set comes down as a root of 4a square plus b raised to 4, and hence proved. In sum number 9, we have given an arc AD is congruent to the arc DB. An arc EC is congruent to the arc AE. With this information, that this arc congruent to this arc congruent to this, and you have to prove the angle PQC here is congruent to the angle BPQ, this one here. Remember the construction goes like this. Since it's a PQC to this, you make it a part of the exterior angle of this triangle, and the BPQ. Can you see the BPQ here? And so make an exterior part of the triangle, this, and so we join the B to the D. So the construction starts with joining E to the C and D to the B. Now, the exterior angle, look at this angle PQC. So the angle PQC is exterior to this triangle, and so what do you know PQC to be? The PQC, the exterior is equal to the sum of the two remote interior angles, and so it is angle QEC plus QCE. Angle QEC plus angle QCE. The reason being remote interior angle theorem. Now, if you look at the angle QEC, I have the letters E and C on the circle, but the letter Q is not. And so I need to extend the ray EQ to be the point D. That is rewriting the QEC as DEC. So I rewrite it as DEC plus. Can you see the QCE? The QCE, the C and E are on the circle, but the Q is not. So I rewrite it as ACE. The reason why the QEC became the DEC is because of D dash Q dash E. And the reason why the QCE became the ACE is A dash Q dash C. Now, after we get the angle, these two angles, why we have extended is because I want to rewrite it as inscribed angle theorem. So can you see the DEC? It cuts the arc DBC. And so we write, but leaving this as equation number 1, I will rewrite an angle for DEC as well as for the angle ACE. And so leaving it as equation number 1 will go, but the angle DEC is equal to half measure of the arc DBC. The reason being inscribed angle theorem. So I'm ready to substitute it here. I also changed it for ACE. And so I write angle ACE. Can you see the angle ACE? It cuts the arc AE. and so it is half of the measure of arc AE. The reason being the same, inscribed angle theorem. Changing both of these with these answers into the equation number 1, what do we have? So substituting in 1, we get, starting with the 1. The 1 says the PQC is equal to, instead of the DEC I have this, I have the half measure arc DBC plus half measure arc AE. In this I can take a half common, and when I have the bracket as arc DBC plus arc AE, arc DBC plus arc AE, and so I rewrite this as angle PQC is equal to half measure arc DBC plus measure arc AE. Now, if you look at AE, it is a small arc, but the arc DBC is a big arc made of the arc DB and BC. So we split it up here. So we have PQC is equal to half measure arc DB plus the measure arc BC. That is, this DBC is split up into these two, and we continue plus the measure arc AE. This I leave it as my equation number 2. The same arrangement we make just the way we started with the PQC and this whole paragraph. The same thing is replicated there for the angle BPQ. So how do we start? The angle BPQ, because of the remote interior angle theorem, can you see this angle BPQ? It is equal to the sum of the two remote angles, and so angle BPQ is equal to angle DBP plus the angle PDB. The reason being remote interior angle theorem. The same way, the DBP, if you look at the DBP, the D is on the circle, B on the circle, but P is not. So why do not we extend it to the point A? And so we rewrite the BPQ as, we rewrite BPQ is equal to, instead of DBP, we write it as DBA. Plus, look at the angle PDB. Can you see? PDB. The D and B are on the circle, the B is not, and so we rewrite it as EDB. If you look at the reason, why was the DBP rewritten as DBA? Because of P dash, B dash, P dash A. And why was the PDB written as EDB? Because of E dash, P dash, D. Now say like this, we make changes to these two angles. What is the DBA? The DBA is half of the arc AD. But what is angle DBA? Is half of the arc AD. The reason being inscribed angle theorem. And what is the angle EDB? Again, can you see the angle EDB? It is half of the arc BCE. The reason being the same, inscribed angle theorem. If I pick up these two changes and put it into equation number, let us leave this as an equation number 3. And so we have, starting from here, a BPQ is equal to, instead of a DBA and an EDB, I write these two. So it is a half measure arc AD plus a half measure arc BCE. Here again, just like this, we take a half common. And so what do I have a BPQ? I have a BPQ as half common, and then I have a measure arc AD plus a measure arc BCE. Now again, look at AD. It is a small arc. What about the BCE? It is a big arc made up of the arc BC and a CE. So we split it up here. The measure arc BPQ is equal to half the measure arc AD, the small arc, and this big arc being split up as the measure arc BC plus the measure arc CE. So this is how we have stopped it here as an equation, half with 3 split up arcs here. Now, I will not leave this as equation number 4, but I introduce my givens. I have not used these givens as yet. Do you see that the AD says, in place of AD you can use it as a DB, and so I change it here. Can you see the EC says you can make it as an AE. So the EC I make it as an AE. The two changes, the two givens, I introduce it in both the places here. And so substituting from the givens we have a BPQ is equal to half measure arc AD goes as an arc DB, measure arc DB plus the measure arc BC I write it as it is, plus the measure arc CE goes as measure arc AE, measure arc AE. I leave this information as equation number 4. Now, if you compare the equation number 2 and 4, the right hand sides of the 2 and 4, they are exactly the same. Can you see half? And it is made up of 3 arcs inside, arc DB, BC, AE. We have the same arc DB, BC and AE. So since the 2 and 4, the right hand sides are same, are equal, therefore the left hand sides are also equal. And so I have the angle PQC is equal to the angle BPQ, the reason given from equation number 2 and 4. Hence, proved.